Top 10 Creepiest Mysteries of All Time. Something is captivating about creepy mysteries, isn't it? Yeah, it would be great to know the reason behind everything. But some events are just too difficult to explain. You must have read, watched, or experienced some of those events. But we're sure that there are strange events you have yet to hear about. So, in this video, we'll bring you the top 10 creepiest mysteries of all time, each with its unique and chilling story. So let's get started. Number 10. The mysterious disappearance of Amelia Earhart. Amelia Earhart was a pioneering American aviator who disappeared over the Pacific Ocean on July 2, 1937, during an attempted flight worldwide. Earhart and her navigator Fred Noonan were flying in a Lockheed Electra when they lost contact with their support team and were never seen again. There are many theories about what happened to Earhart and Noonan, but no one knows what happened. Some people believe that they crashed into the ocean and died, while others believe they were captured by the Japanese, lost at sea, and survived as castaways. Over the years, there have been many searches for Earhart's plane and her remains, but none have found conclusive evidence of what happened to her. Despite this, Amelia Earhart's legacy as a pioneering aviator and advocate for women in aviation continues to inspire people worldwide. Number 9. The Black Dahlia Murder. The Black Dahlia murder is a notorious unsolved case in which a young woman named Elizabeth Short was brutally murdered. Her body was found in a vacant lot in Los Angeles on January 15, 1947. The case gained national attention and has remained a mystery for over 70 years. Elizabeth Short was 22 years old at the time of her death, and the media gave her the nickname Black Dahlia due to her penchant for wearing black clothing and her rumored involvement in the Hollywood party scene. Her body was found cut in half and posed in a gruesome manner, and the killer had carved a smile into her face. Despite numerous suspects and leads, the case remains unsolved. Over the years, many theories have been proposed about who might have committed the murder, including a doctor, a Hollywood producer, and even Elizabeth Short's father. However, no conclusive evidence has been found to support these theories. The Black Dahlia murder continues to fascinate and mystify people today, and it remains one of the most notorious unsolved crimes in American history. Next up, at number 8, we have the Dyatlov Pass Incident. In 1959, a mysterious event occurred in which 9 experienced hikers in the Ural Mountains of Russia died under strange circumstances. The group, led by Igor Dyatlov, had set out on a winter expedition to reach the summit of Otorten Mountain. However, they have yet to reach their destination and were reported missing. Several days later, a search party discovered their tent, which had been torn from the inside, and the hikers' bodies scattered in the surrounding area. Some hikers had died from hypothermia, while others had more mysterious injuries, including skull fractures and chest trauma. One hiker was missing her tongue and eyes. The cause of the incident has never been fully explained, and various theories have been proposed over the years. Some suggest that the hikers were attacked by a yeti, or unknown creature, while others believe the Soviet government killed them for stumbling upon a secret military test site. Number 7. The Legend of the Mothman. The Mothman is a legendary creature that is said to inhabit the area around Point Pleasant, West Virginia, in the United States. The creature is described as a humanoid figure with large wings, red eyes, and a distinctive moth-like appearance. The legend of the Mothman began in 1966, when several residents of Point Pleasant reported seeing a strange creature flying over their town. Over the next few months, numerous sightings were reported, and many locals began to believe that the Mothman was a harbinger of doom. On December 15, 1967, tragedy struck Point Pleasant when the Silver Bridge, which connected the town to Ohio, collapsed during rush hour, killing 46 people. Some people believe that the Mothman was responsible for the disaster, or that its appearance was a warning of the impending catastrophe. Coming in at number 6 is the mystery of Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste was a British-American merchant ship, discovered abandoned and adrift in the Atlantic Ocean in 1872. The ship was found by a Canadian vessel, the Dyatlov, which had been en route to Gibraltar. The crew of the Dyatlov boarded the Mary Celeste and found no one on board, but the ship was still under sail and appeared to have been abandoned hastily. There were no signs of a struggle, but the ship's lifeboat was missing, and several of the crew's belongings were left behind. The mystery of Mary Celeste has puzzled historians and investigators for more than a century. Some theories suggest that the crew may have killed each other, or that pirates or sea monsters attacked them. However, no evidence has ever been found to support these theories. Despite numerous investigations and inquiries, the mystery of Mary Celeste remains unsolved. At number 5, we have the unsolved case of the Hinterkaifeck murders. In 1922, a family of 6 was brutally murdered on their farm in Germany. The victims included the farmer, Andreas Gruber, his wife, daughter, granddaughter, and 2 farm workers. The killers used a hatchet to bludgeon the victims to death. Despite extensive investigations, the case remains unsolved to this day. The police initially suspected several individuals, including a former farmhand who had been fired by Andreas Gruber, and a neighbor who had a feud with the family. However, none of the suspects were ever charged with the crime. Some people think that it may have been a crime of passion or revenge, while others have speculated that it could have been a random act of violence committed by a passing traveler. Despite the lack of conclusive evidence, the case fascinates true crime enthusiasts and remains one of Germany's most notorious unsolved crimes. Next up, at number 4, we have the legend of the chupacabra. This creature, which translates to goat sucker, is said to roam parts of the Americas and attack livestock. The chupacabra is described as a bipedal creature with spines or quills running down its back, glowing red eyes, and sharp teeth or fangs. The first reported sighting of the chupacabra was in Puerto Rico in the mid-1990s, where it was blamed for killing livestock such as goats, sheep, and chickens. Since then, reports of sightings and attacks by the chupacabra have spread throughout Latin America and parts of the southern United States. The physical appearance of the chupacabra varies in different accounts, leading some to speculate that there may be more than one type of creature. Some people believe the chupacabra is a previously undiscovered animal species, while others argue it is a supernatural or extraterrestrial being. Despite numerous sightings and reports, there is no conclusive evidence to support the existence of the chupacabra. Number 3 is the disappearance of the Sauter children, a tragic and mysterious case on December 24th, 1945, in Fayetteville, West Virginia. The Sauter family consisted of George and Jenny Sauter and their 10 children, aged between 5 and 23. On that fateful night, a fire broke out in the family home, and despite the efforts of the parents and 4 children who escaped, 5 of the Sauter children were never found. The circumstances surrounding the fire and the disappearance of the children have raised many questions and sparked numerous theories. One of the most puzzling aspects of the case is that despite the fire's intensity, the 5 children's remains were never found. Moreover, the family and many others suspected foul play, as several suspicious events happened before and during the fire. For example, a few months before the fire, a man came to the Sauter home and offered to sell them life insurance policies, which they declined. On the night of the fire, Jenny heard a loud bang and found that the phone lines had been cut. Additionally, a stranger was seen on the property before the fire, and a few years later, a woman claimed to have seen the missing children in a photograph. Despite numerous investigations and private detectives being hired by the family, no conclusive evidence was ever found to determine what happened to the children. The case remains unsolved today. Number 2, the Cave of Swallows. This massive cave located in Mexico is over 1,000 feet deep. It's so deep, you could fit the Empire State Building inside. However, this cave is creepy because it's home to countless swarms of birds, bats, and insects that make an ear-piercing noise. The sound is so intense that it can cause vertigo, and many who have ventured into the cave have reported feeling as if they were being sucked into the abyss. Finally, number 1 on our list is the Winchester Mystery House. This mansion is located in San Jose, California, and was built by Sarah Winchester, the widow of William Wirt Winchester, the heir to the Winchester rifle fortune. The mansion's construction began in 1884 and continued for nearly 38 years until Sarah's death in 1922. One of the most unusual features of the Winchester Mystery House is its maze-like design, with rooms, staircases, and doors that lead nowhere. Sarah Winchester was said to believe that the spirits of those killed by Winchester rifles were haunting her, and she believed that building a constantly evolving mansion would confuse and deter them from finding her. As a result, she ordered the constant construction and renovation of the house, with workers laboring around the clock for years on end. Sarah Winchester was also known to be superstitious. Today, the Winchester Mystery House is open to visitors and remains one of the most intriguing examples of eccentric architecture in the United States. The house is said to fascinate and mystify people from all over the world. So guys, which of these creepy mysteries were you fascinated about? Let us know in the comment section.